Yes, in Cuba, it's old man between his 40 and 60s. They have been in Angola. They were like 380,000 men at the time. And all my teachers are the workers of film school I studied in Cuba, San Antonio de los Baños, the film school in Cuba, all were there. Teacher, even the director, the actual and the ex-director. So every man you met around was in Angola. So for me, it was like a really a national issue, and I was wondering why they haven't at the beginning, why I didn't like to talk too much about the topic. In what conditions are they now after 30 years after the war? So it was a kind of taboo, but on the other hand, it's a national important issue. There are a lot of people involved on their families, so at the end, it's a whole country is involved from that intervention, which was the longest intervention, international intervention of Cuba abroad. Yes, yes, they are organizing this organization of combatants, but it's like a national organization that is divided in local organizations, but it's very vertical, and they also have veterans from Angola, Ethiopia, and also all veterans that come from the revolution, the fighters against Batista, who are the former fathers and grandfathers of our veterans, and they meet all together as the same condition of veteran or ex-soldiers. Of course, that you are really right. And that's the main point of the controversial topic, because on the one hand, you have a generation that it's over, but it was very important generation because was marked by the fidelity to revolution and a service regardless of the cost. It doesn't matter anymore. It's the last generation of that. And we know that because we are older, that the young generations, they can't understand that. So this is really a human being, a way of being on this world that is over. But on the other hand, you have this feeling that they are not useful, useless, or they are getting old, and they are disappointed about the recognition that the government and even the whole world gave to them. They are forgotten heroes. So you have this both sides of the coin, and when in the same topic. Because they want to talk about their own stories. Because when they came back from Angola, they were around 20 years old, 23. They were not able to speak about what happened there. It's like they made a reset in order to be in the present time, but they couldn't. It was like a post-bellic traumatic experience, or just they didn't have the space for them to express their own stories and memories. So now it's, I think that 30 years later, with the perspective of the wisdom of their age, also they can express themselves not only with words but with their bodies, because their bodies are still like in the fight, against their own wounded. They are wounded. So yeah, it's like they feel they're still young, but on the other hand, they want to speak about that. They don't want to be forgotten. And for me, it was not so difficult because they wanted to be heard by the whole world. What we did, but nobody want to listen to us, no, or to see that we are still alive, because in Cuba they made a tribute or memorial for the ones who were not coming back home because they were victims of the front, the fatalities. I mean the deaths, soldiers. There was like 2,000 soldiers who passed away in Angola, and they made like a tribute operation on the 7th of December of 1989, and Fidel Castro, they gave a really beautiful speech. But on the other hand, what happened with those who came back alive then are today? So they want to express themselves. Now we are still alive and we are here. Oh, and we are the last ones, probably, of this kind of thinking about we are part of something bigger than ourselves. We are part of a project, and this project is the revolution. I think that in this place, because that was the reason of recording the film in that place, in Sierra Maestra, not in Havana, or even in my film school, because the people who live there, they have very alive this spirit of belonging of the Cuban Revolution, because it was a 0 kilometer, the starting point of the revolution, where the troops of Fidel and Che were fighting against Batista. So their grandfathers and their fathers, they were belonging to as an active roles in this revolution. So I think that still there, it's even because they are isolated. I mean, they live in the jungle, they have more rare contact with the outside world. They still keep this feeling almost untouched. But and I think it will persist there, especially there and in this part of the country. And on the other hand, the jungle plays a role in terms of the inner landscape of the memories of war. So I wanted to make the landscape not only this emblematic place of Cuban Revolution, what it is in fact, but also as a inner place of their memories. First of all, I'm sorry because I didn't do the video, promotional video, because for me it's really difficult to express that. I mean, I'm sure that you too, you are used to be in the theaters along with the audience, like face to face. Now, yeah, we are not now managing, and just thank all my thanks to all the people that are watching the film. And it's a slow film, and it is because it has to be. So sometimes with the young audiences, they are they feel like it's really slow, but on the other hand, I wanted to make like a frozen time feeling. It's like a limbo, and it's not a thing about something concrete, but a state of mind more. And so we go for the outside to the inside and the memories. That's the hero journey. It's more not a lot of actions. There's inner world and universe. And just thank you thank you to the film festival, and thanks to the audience. And I would love to meet you in person maybe next year.